Now, um, here's the difference between boys and girls you don't think about as well. One is when they wet the bed, right? All right, boys, they pee all over the place, right? You know they're peeing, right? Right? When they pee, right? Girls, though, when they pee, you can't always tell. So sometimes you might have to just smell, right? It's not sexual, dumbass, right? If your stepdaughter's in there with you, you don't know the reason, fool. Idiot. You're trying to figure out why she's in there with you. That's what I mean, right? Well, one of the reasons could be she peed herself and wants a shower or something as well. And you're trying to figure out the four reasons, which is to eat, drink, pee, or she peed herself and wants to change clothes or something. I don't know, right? We're trying to figure out why she would even come in there to be to wake me up, right? And what might be the meaning behind it, why she might also say grandma, which would freak Daphne out if she did, right? Even though I got amnesia of it, right? Well, there's only one reason she wouldn't say nothing if she was somewhat involved with it herself. And that's if she said grandma when I asked her who shared that, because I'd have to do that myself, right? If she's in there with me and all, right? That's one of the responses you might would say, right? That's all it means, right? You're gonna ask her who showed her all that if she does something like that with you, and the results would still be you wanting to actually take the shower with her because you would figure out that would be a bad idea, right? As you went along, right? Trying to figure out the real reason she's in there with you, and you're not gonna think sexually until the end yourself either, right? That's what I mean too, right? You're going through the motions of trying to figure out why she's even waking you up in the middle of the night, right? That's the first thing some parents are gonna figure out, right? Now the difference between a female child and a male child is when they pee themselves, their panties can dry, right? But you mean why did I smell her panties? Because I thought she needed to pee first, right? Hello, right? So you take off the panties if she's in there with you in the living room full. Because she's got to walk to the damn toilet, right? You got to pull them all the way off and sit them on the side so she can walk to the damn toilet, right? I'm not saying she even came in there. You are. You keep insisting without being a witness that something happened with me, my stepdaughter, right? I keep trying to figure out, well, the only thing she should have done is maybe if it was like she had to pee or pee herself or something in Nancy's bedroom, and she couldn't wake up her mom to cover her in the bathroom, right? That's logical. It's not schizophrenic, fool. What you're saying is schizophrenic because you're putting yourself out in the scene when you weren't in the scene, right? And then you're making a mentally ill person to think something happened that didn't happen, right? Which makes him look crazier. It's going to piss off my ex-wife because she knows nothing happened, right? And even if she did come in there, there's two possibilities there too. She could have just woke me up and I brought back to their mom, right? And nothing more happened, and you're making me think something sexual happened, idiot. And that's going to piss my ex-wife off. You, not me. And you keep insisting to a mentally ill person something happened that she knows didn't happen. She said it never happened, right? You're saying it did. You confusing the mentally ill person. That ain't a good idea, I know. You're making me think I blacked out or something during the encounter, or my wife attacked me or blacked me out and just don't want me to remember anything, right? Well, if I'm guessing right, you're making me think she's lying, right? And covering it up, right? I don't know until you started questioning it yourself, right? I never questioned that my stepdaughter was in there with her mom all night, even though I said I could have molested her, but didn't. Hello, did not is the contraction there, right? And that's just because I was around her 1 to 4 days before I could have back to base. And that's the Navy thing, not anything to do with my ex-wife or my stepdaughter's real situation. And I took the couch 4 days before I even met. That's how long I was on the couch for at least the first week, right? First part of the week we got back from Arkansas, right? So if I got back Saturday night, and she got back Sunday night, right? I keep telling you, there's a whole story behind this. Not just one part of it that you're focusing on, like Nimble. And you're frustrating my wife because you're making me think she's covering something up. And I know the only thing I could have done that she might want to misconstrue is trying to smell my stepdaughter's crotch if I'm trying to figure out if she peed herself or something and wanted to shower if she didn't go to the bathroom right away and go pee, right? See, it goes in order that, right? The first two things logically would be something to eat or drink when she'll ask you for herself, right? If a child's thirsty or hungry, they'll ask you for something to eat or drink. You really don't have to, pry too much there, right? But to pee or take a shower or a bath if she peed herself and couldn't give her mom, that's something different, but that's still a logical train of thought, right? Not schizophrenic in nature, right? What would be schizophrenic, though, is if you're recording me with a goddamn video and trying to make it sensational and not even asking you what was going on, right? That would be evil, too, right? There's an alternative explanation that it's just something sexual, especially if you're peeping toms, right, about it. Which means you're looking for something bad to happen, and it didn't. Because all I would do is smell her one time. But that might look odd to you if you're watching overhead with a damn camera, or there's a video in the damn. I'm just covering all my bases in case I was being set up by my ex-wife too. I don't know. That's what you make me say, idiot. I would forget all that. I wouldn't even focus on that. My priority was to get away from my ex-wife who lived in Sherman, Tennessee, and was starting acting a little belligerent towards me. We got into a bad fight before I went to Bethesda, Maryland for 2 weeks. And then as soon as I could get back, she wants to go pick up her daughter in Arkansas. And I got to be back by Monday, right? She's talking about later on having 2 weeks leave. Well, I didn't. I had to be back by the 3 days later, right? And she didn't tell me she took off leave for 2 weeks. Well, I only had 3 days, right? So I'm flying through the mountains. She gets all pissed off because we're on two different train of thoughts, right? I'm in a hurry because I got to be back by Monday. Come Monday, it'll be all right. Come Monday, I'll be holding you tight. Right. What? It didn't work out now. She got mad at me and left me straight in Tennessee because of the mountains that are in the first part of Tennessee. Right. This means she was also mad about something else. Right. And she didn't tell me what it was. Right. I don't know what it was besides the argument we had before I left. Right. And here's the weird thing. I had to pick her up and put her in the bed just to leave the damn room, right? Because I felt like she was trying to make me to hit her, too, right? You're making me remember all this, which I might not have even mentioned in the vlog, right? Or maybe I did, right? But that's common to get into those kind of altercations with your wife. Mm-hmm. But what I did instead is, see, martial arts don't throw you around but on a man or a bat, right? They're not trying to hurt you, right? So I just picked her up, put her in the bed and left. without hitting her. But she could have been mad about it. I don't know. That's the only thing I remember happening, right? Before she left me straight into the sea. Mm-hmm. And then she could have been pretending I was trying to hurt her and the baby when I wasn't, right? If that would more protect them to do that than to hit her. And I wouldn't hit her with a child boy, ever. I don't care how mad you are with your wife, you don't hit her with your child in her belly, right? That's what I mean too, right? But you can pick her up and put her in the bed next to you and leave the room without hurting her, right? And you do it with kind of what's called a hip toss. It's called a hip toss from across the room back. And see, she's at the door, so I can't leave, right? She's boxing me in, right? That's what that's called in the martial arts world, right? Well, I can't get out, right? The only way out is to pick her up and put her in the bed, so that's what I did, right? Without trying to hurt her, right? Or hit her, right? Which I felt like that's what she was trying to make me to do, but I didn't do it. And I knew she was a child, right? But it still could have pissed her off if she's trying to find a reason to get pissed off. But thanks for helping me understand what was going on there. She was getting mad with me, right? And finding an excuse to argue with me, right? And maybe even trying to press my button to get me to hit her, which I never did, right? Because I also exercise restraint as a martial artist. You don't just come out and start beating people up. Unless you're a bad martial artist, which I'm not, right? I could have hit Pastor Davis as well. There's a reason I didn't hit him. Assault. Because we're by his office and there's no witnesses, right? It would be my word against the pastor's word, and he's been pastoring for about since the 70s or 80s or 60s, he was raised. And my word wouldn't stand against his. So I walked away. Dumbass, right? You don't get that either. You can't always come out fist first, right? And just beat someone up because they touched your ass, right? You can't even prove you touched your ass, so walk away. Walk away. Yeah.